I'm VeronicaValles. Why your voice matters in reading. Why your voice matters in reading, at least for me, because it's your energy, essence, personality, intonations and pauses in between that makes it multidimensional and uniquely you. It's the texture of your breath, the cadence that pronounces your unique soul groove, and the sweetness of your accent. Words on paper are one-dimensional to me. I give them life in my mind when I read them, creating my own illusory world by honoring the genius that I'm taking in who push past their limitations to write. When I hear writers read their work, when I attune to a friend sharing a piece, or a group of strangers standing naked to their word in such vulnerability, especially when their voice crinkles a bit from nervousness, shyness drapes them in hesitancy, yet they prevail, my heart cracks open and receives their light, their unique imprint in such a potent way. It's good medicine. I love hearing writers in their own words, but I get it. I truly get it. The courage to speak up, to have all eyes and ears on you, the fear of the critics or the perfectionists, it taunts you like a bully. But just like shadows that hold no depth or real power, so is the voice of the inner critic. You do you. The first time I was asked to write a spoken word piece, I backed out at the last minute. The inner critic was comparing herself to the last poet who ignited my creativity, and I sank into fear. Who did I think I was? I'd never written a piece, and definitely had never been asked to read an original writing, and certainly did not consider myself a poet, even though a big fan of rhyming, thanks to my nieces and nephews and all of the books that I read to them. When I finally said yes, the critic and I made an agreement that she could walk with me. I'd buy her some ice cream or vanilla cappuccino while she had her opinions, but she had to stay in the back seat because I'm driving the bus. My world changed. I also realized no one ever died reading in front of an audience, so the odds were in my favor of surviving. The emotions are real, simple messengers. Listen to them with tenderness. Don't let them get too bossy, though, to stop you. Practice loving kindness towards yourself. I still get nervous. I welcome it, notice the texture of it, and breathe one breath at a time. I practice mindfulness and do the deep breathing techniques that I teach children, attuning to my feelings, emotions, and where the energy lands in my body, and seeing them blow out like bubbles with every dance of my inhalation and exhalation. I also take the fire of my being and let it run through me, as me, because this is how I believe the divine shows up, authentically, uniquely, as each one of us. Your light was never meant to be kept under a bushel, and your word deserves to be heard. And if the cardinal never sang his sweet song, he'd never get the girl. And if your writing gets on paper but never reaches our ears and heart, it remains only in your realm. It's your choice. Always your choice. I promise you, each one of you, that I will be on my side of the screen cheering you on and listening with all my heart and soul. Or you can tell me to take a hike. Give me the finger and show me the way out the door of your heart. I won't take it personally. Write on, read on, groove on. We are in for one wild and holy ride. This is a divine appointment. Otherwise, you would not be here. Woohoo! So the photo and haiku are mine. I wrote the haiku before I attended Natalie's haiku retreat through Pai Zen Center with Roshi Joan Halifax, Clark Strand, and Kaz Tanachi. And I learned how to write real haiku, so I got to add a season and a pivot. But anyhow, I took a picture of the cardinal singing because I heard him at the Dallas Arboretum. And then I just did 3 simple lines like Natalie's book shared. And I just wanted to share with you because I believe your voice matters. I believe that each one of us has this energy and this essence that is seeking to reveal itself. Now, for me, it's easier when I just speak and download because I do that as an inspirational speaker. So it's a little challenging to read, and I've got to wear glasses for my computer and different glasses for my, on paper. But let's just allow ourselves to be our authentic selves. I mean, we get to feel each other and see each other and embrace the word and the energy and the essence that's your unique frequency, your unique divine blueprint. And divine just means sacred. You don't have to be spiritual or religious to understand that. It just means your sacred, authentic groove. So the you do you comes from one of my second grade teachers years ago at Alexander Elementary, because kids would be acting up and she's like, you do you. So just focus on you. So I just invite you to just honor your gifts, speak from your heart, and know that every time you push through a fear or a level of discomfort, you change not only your DNA, but we literally change it for all the generations that come. It's this really weird science. So anyhow, thank you for listening. Appreciate the time. I'll see you next week.